start, is that right? The translation is in position. I can ask them. Yeah, I'll ask them. I'll ask them. Gross.
お待たせしてすみません。今会長ここには到着しておりますので、もう少々お待ちください。来るときまたアナウンスします。よろしくお願いします。
This channel. OK ですね。はい。Testing, testing. This is the testing. This is the interpretation channel. This is the English channel for the press conference this evening. Testing, testing. Microphone test. Can you hear us all right? Testing, testing. This is the English channel for today's press conference. Today's press conference will be simultaneously translated into English. Okay.
Testing, testing. This is the English channel. Testing, testing. This is the English channel. This is the voice of interpreter interpreting Japanese remarks into English. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This press conference will be conducted mainly in Japanese, which will be simultaneously translated into English. If questions are asked in English, that will be translated consecutively from this booth by the interpreter. Testing, testing. This is the English channel. Testing, testing. English channel. Testing, testing. English channel. President Mori is already in this building, so he will join this press conference shortly. So please wait for a while. President Mori is already in this building, Tokyo 2020, so he will be with us shortly. So please wait for a while. At the start of this press conference, the document which is distributed will be lifted from embargo. So this document is embargoed until this press conference. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you very much for waiting. We will be starting the press conference shortly. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you very much for waiting for long hours. Thank you. We'd like to commence the Tokyo 2020 press conference. President Mori and CEO Mr. Muto is there. An hour ago, there was a telephone call between Prime Minister Abe and President Park. President Mori, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, regarding the conference call between President Park and President Abe, I will introduce what happened. Because of the novel coronavirus infection, on the 22nd, on Sunday, there was an extraordinary session of IOC Executive Board. And they discussed the possibility and scenario planning regarding the possible postponement of Tokyo 2020 Games. And there was an announcement for having 4 weeks of study and review of various scenarios. In response to that, today, President Park and Prime Minister Abe conducted a conference call. I was present. Minister Hashimoto of Olympic and Paralympic Games and Governor Koike was there also in presence. CEO Muto also participated in the conference call. In the meeting, Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games, holding of the Games, the following was agreed between the parties concerned. In considering the intent of athletes, IF, NLC, etc., so in considering the intent of the athletes, cancelling the games is not an option. So there was an agreement about that. What is most important is to provide a safe and secure environment for athletes and spectators. Taking this in mind, and in light of the continued worsening of the global situation, the holding of the games as planned in July is impossible. It was agreed, and also it was also agreed that it is impossible to hold by the end of this year. Therefore, we agreed that there is no choice but to postpone the games. So Recognizing the above, we, between IOC, Tokyo 2020, Japanese government, and the TMG, shall act in unison, and at the latest, looking toward the holding of the games at the latest summer in 2021, we shall be acting in unison, and we will study concretely, looking toward the implementation of the games. And we hope that the games will stay in Japan as the beacon of hope for the world. So it was the flame will stay in Japan. Also, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games would be the name of the games for 2021. So from the 26th, it was planned to have the torch relay. So we will not commence the start of the torch relay, and we will study and examine what we can do about it. I'd like to express my appreciation to all the people of the prefectures and stakeholders, partners, who have made so much efforts in preparing the torch relay. I know that we have caused a lot of trouble to these people. I hope you understand. Going forward, we will be fixing the schedule of the torch relay in a new way, and I hope that we will have a gorgeous grand start with a lot of people participating. We will do the preparation, so the executive committee members, partner companies, and all other stakeholders, I solicit your continued cooperation in our efforts. So this is what I would like to say at the outset. Thank you very much, President Mori. Now we'd like to accept questions.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'm Ina from NHK. I have two questions. First of all, it's about the Olympic torch relay. Our understanding is that it has been cancelled. However, what are you going to do about the torch bearers? Once you resume the torch relay, what are you going to do about the torch bearers? So for the torch bearers, they are allowed to run in the torch relay, and obviously they had high hopes and they had made the necessary preparations. Once we know the exact date for the torch relay, and once we start the torch relay again, then we will ask the current torch bearers, and we will give them priority to participate in the torch relay. We will make the necessary arrangements to make this happen. Obviously, I'm sure that each individual has their own opinions about this, but basically we would like to respect what they want to do. Another question to President Mori. 2 days ago, you said that you would consider whether you would postpone or not during a 4-week window. However, it has only been 2 days, and you have decided to postpone the games for about a year. How do you feel towards that?
Well, about that, we had the conference call today, but before that conference call, with the CEO Muto and IOC side, had a consultation, including Mr. Coates. So prior to the conference call, we've gone through a lot of adjustments. So 4 weeks. So it is inclusive of the coming to the conclusion in 4 weeks' time. So we're going to spend a lot of time. So we are not bound by this 4-week period. So in the conference call between the Prime Minister and President Park, details were not discussed, but I think that what I said should be the base of understanding. Yes, next question. Yes, Motoko-san, at the front row. (2021 年に開かれるオリンピック大会というのは、 20 In short, the name of the games will be 2020. So I don't know what is going to happen. Maybe a reduced scale. I don't know what is going to happen. We are going to discuss the content of the games going forward. Whenever we have that, it is Tokyo 2020. The nomenclature is unchanged. And both parties agreed and reaffirmed the name of the games.
I'm Hasegawa from Kyodo News. I have a question for President Mori. So, you said that you would hold the games by the summer of 2021 at the latest. That was the agreement which was made today. But then, what about avoiding the hot summer in Japan? Wouldn't you want to bring the games earlier? Will you be considering the possibility of this?
Consequently, that may be the consequence, but by and large, the general target is summer next year. So going forward, we will go through various schedulings, international events, and so forth. Many things will have to be adjusted, and then spontaneously it will come to a realization that a certain time frame would be understood.
I have two questions. First of all, people have already bought tickets. So, what are you going to do about these ticket holders? Will they be able to see their event next year when the Olympics are held? Are you going to refund the price of their tickets? The second question is about the Olympic Village. Some people have already bought apartments in that village. When will they be able to start living there? And please let us know your affiliation. I am Inahashi from Nikkei Asian Review. So, we have decided to postpone this for around a year. Have raised right now are very important. The tickets, some have already been sold, and some have already been bought. To think about what we are going to do about their rights. Also, in terms of volunteers, a lot of them have already been selected and have been assigned their posts. So what are we going to do about them? That is something that we will consider thoroughly going forward. In that sense, we don't have a final conclusion as to what to do. However, our policy is going to be as much as possible to make sure that people who have already bought tickets and people who have already been chosen as volunteers will get our special consideration. In any case, we know for sure that the same sporting events are going to take place next year. However, the dates are going to be different. So this may cause some problems. Some people might not be able to make it on those dates. Or some people might be transferred to a different workplace. So a lot can happen in 1 year. So we have to think about what we need to do. We will make sure not to inconvenience people as much as possible.
Yes, that lady on that side. Thank you. Shimomura from Nishi Nippon newspaper. On the 26th, a grand start. I have a question. The other day, President Mori said that you will go to Fukushima on the 26th. So will you be there? Without a torch relay, do you plan to go to Fukushima on the 26th? The flame, Olympic flame, what kind of display will it be organized for the Olympic flame going forward? Well, first of all, on the 26th, there will be events cancelled. So there is no reason for me to go for sure. But if I'm asked to come by Governor Uchibori, of course, I'm happy to go there. But for the time being, I don't see any need for me to go there. Now, going forward, the place of deposit of the Olympic flame, it's very difficult. It's a complicated question. But to be honest with you, Fukushima Prefecture, the flame could be stored in Fukushima. This is the suggestion from Prime Minister Abe. At the end of the conference call, he was talking to us, and then he said that, don't you think that it's a good idea to have the flame in Fukushima? So I think that be the case. So I am going to, I called Governor Uchibori, and I told him about it, and he was so pleased. So for the time being, the flame will be stored and displayed in Fukushima. Is it going to be stay there for 1 year? I don't know. So we don't know. We will have to consider the scheduling of torch relay. So we will decide accordingly.
Regarding the torch relay, we have made several announcements as to how we were planning to do it. However, today it was decided that the torch relay will be postponed. So that means that we are not going to do the grand start ceremony, and we're not going to do the relay itself either. So, for the time being, the torch relay has been cancelled. Once we have the new dates for the torch relay, basically, we will do the torch relay in the same manner, and we will start once again. I'm sorry, I went off topic a little bit, but I know that there is a strong interest in the torch relay, so I wanted to make that clear. I'm Hagiwara from Bloomberg. So it is going to be postponed for about a year. As President Mori, you mentioned, some venues have to be secured. I would like to ask a question about cost to Mr. Muto. What about the amount of additional costs that would be required to postpone for a year? Could you give us a rough amount? Who is going to pay these additional costs, and is there a possibility of the sponsors being asked to pay these additional costs? So what kind of figure do you have in mind at the moment? So we now have a decision that the games will be postponed. Now we have to start considering how to make this postponement happen. The organising committee, together with the IOC and TMG, will start concrete discussions in this regard. We would like these discussions to go ahead as soon as possible, but they are not going to be easy discussions, so we're not quite sure how long they will take. When it comes to the venues, some venues have already been booked for next year. There's quite a lot of them, I think. And our plan was to return all of the games venues once we had restored them to their original state. Now, to hire these venues again means that we need to pay additional costs for them. Also, some venues we might have to keep hiring until next year. Because some venues, it took about a year to get ready. We can't take them down and then set them up again for the game. So we might have to continue hiring them until next year. That means that additional costs are going to be required. How much that amount is something that we have no idea of yet. And when it comes to who's going to pay for that, it's something that we are going to consider going forward.
Saito-san? Saito from Asahi Shimbun Newspaper Company. I have a question to President Mori. Today is the 4 months to go before the Tokyo 2020 Games. So exactly 4 months prior to the event, we have the concern because of the coronavirus. And now it's been decided to postpone by 1 year. Can you talk about your thoughts about it? I am sorry about it. I regret it. And then, in a way, I have a sigh of relief. Both. So Prime Minister Abe and President Buck conducted a conference call at a short notice, and many concerns and questions were able to be on course with a certain direction. So that is a sigh of relief. You see, a certain directionality is being presented because of the conference call, but sigh of relief does not solve everything. So this could be a good pretext for us to go forward, and we can prepare for even better Olympic and Paralympic Games than what we have planned for this year. That is my thought. The stakeholders, especially the staff members of Tokyo 2020, the members of TMG, all relevant stakeholders, I need their cooperation even further. Thank you.
I'm Ota from Hochi newspaper. I have a question for President Mori. The athletes have been training very hard towards this summer. But if the games are going to be in 1 year's time, they have to keep up their motivation and keep up their fitness levels. Do you have a message for these athletes?
Because we have athletes, we can have the games. So we are going to postpone it by 1 year. And then what should be the preliminary qualification processes? And athletes are going to be changed from the already selected people? Well, of course, we are not in a position to talk about it. It is up to the IFs and other stakeholders. Other people's opinions will be involved. Anyway, environment is given, and in a given environment, athletes will make his or her utmost efforts, and they will not be able to participate in the games this year. I am sorry, I regret that this had to be the case, but overcoming such difficulty is something which will mean a lot of achievement for athletes. It will be a great peace of mind to achieve this. I hope that they will do their best. Koki-san? Kobuke from television Asahi. I want to confirm one thing about torch relay. According to the media report, the modality of a torch relay, the lantern is going to be carried in an automobile, and there will be a tour of lantern by automobile along the course. Now, you are going to have 1 year postponement. So all of the lantern vehicle tour will be also cancelled or suspended or turned back to clean slate?
Yes, that is correct. The torch relay itself has been cancelled. So how we're going to do it is something that has been cancelled in its entirety. So it's pointless discussing how we are going to do it next year. In any case, Once we have the dates for the games, then the Olympic plane will travel around Japan over a period of at least 121 days. So the torchbearers, the route, we will pay special consideration to them. At that time, we hope that the coronavirus problem has been solved and that we can have many spectators roadside cheering on the torchbearers. That is my hope.
Kazaki-san? Kazaki from Sankei Sports. This is a question to Muto-san or Takaya-san, maybe. Before the conference call, you had a conversation with Mr. Coates. So what you pre-arranged and actual telephone call. So you're going to have the games next year? Then Olympic charter is a problem. Did you discuss that? Did they discuss that?
No, we didn't discuss anything in relation to the Olympic Charter whatsoever. Postponement of the Games, it is the first time ever that this has happened. So it is not something that the Olympic Charter expects. President Bach will probably summon an emergency executive board meeting and decide on matters related to the Olympic Charter. I believe that that is how he is going to overcome this technicality. So we didn't discuss, it wasn't on the agenda at all, the Olympic Charter. Nakamura-san. I am Nakamura from NHK. I have two questions. My first question is for Mr. Midler. So the torch relay has been postponed, but the framework, I believe, is going to remain the same. What about the order that it is going to go around Japan? Is it basically going to be the same as now? To be honest, we haven't got that far in our considerations. This decision came all of a sudden. It only came up about 2 days ago. I mean, 2 days ago, President Bach was saying something quite different. So, we have the decision to postpone the Games. That means that the Olympic torch relay is going to be postponed. The current route, the 21-day period, and the torchbearers that we have now, we're not quite sure if all of this is going to be exactly the same. We have to carefully reconsider all matters involved. With that being said, we don't have any desire to make any changes. We would like to keep it the same as what it is currently as much as possible. I think that is the normal way of thinking. It's not a kind of conscious decision that we are trying to make.
This is something very important. Hitherto, we had the executive committees in various prefectures, and people had earnest discussion, and upon which we agreed. So we must respect their decision. I think it's very important. So it's to be decided going forward. But people were selected as the bearers, and they are so happy. So there is going to be a radical change. No, that is such a reckless way. We have asked the prefectures to cooperate with us, setting the course and everything. I think it's very important to respect what they did. Even in the next year, it is very important. Thank you very much. One more point. This is a question to President Mori. Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games. So there is a symbol of reconstruction from the disaster of 2011, and there were people in the disaster-affected areas who were looking forward to the torch relays. How are you going to approach those victims about the postponement of 1 year? As a matter of fact, in disaster-affected areas, lantern flame will be lit, and it goes on, and it's on display. Regarding scheduling, to the extent possible, we will give priority to disaster-affected areas. So the original idea comes from that. So many things will be decided going forward, but the basic principle will stay unchanged. It's not something that we are going to do something radically new. It didn't happen during the conference call. So respecting what we have done hitherto will be a very important point.
I have a message. I have a question for President Mori. So you said a postponement of about a year. What about the actual dates? This is going to be very important. When are you going to decide the day of the opening ceremony? Also, is this going to be a decision made by 2020, or is the IOC going to be the one who is going to decide the date of the opening ceremony?
As of now, nothing is thought. I don't have the slightest idea. So mutually we will be discussing. But before that, can we decide a date? Well, if we don't have venues, how can we start the games? So we have to start from that. So, and then opening ceremony, the date for that? What is the due date for determining the dates? Yesterday you said in 4 weeks' time. No, that was what was agreed in the past. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? President Buck and I had the telephone call, and then we decided that in about 4 weeks' time, items and ideas would be presented, and we will work on the mutually presented ideas. But they are no longer there today. So we don't have to be bound by that. It may be sooner than that. So as expeditiously as possible, yes, so that is my hope. I want to do it sooner than later. I think everybody feels the same way.
I'm Ichiro from Fuji TV. In Tokyo 2020, there are more than 3,500 staff members. They have been seconded from local governments and private companies. Is the organization going to stay the same for the next year while you prepare for the postponed games? Also, I think staff members might feel, how they feel. How are you going to deal with their feelings? For everyone at Tokyo 2020, this is a huge issue. However, I don't really think that it is appropriate to say that Tokyo 2020 is suffering. We are an organization that has to deliver this event. So obviously we are going to be faced with problems. It is not appropriate to say that we are suffering, we are in pain, or it is hard, or it is difficult each time that we face adversity. However, we have secondees in this organization. Now the games have been postponed 1 year. I'm not quite sure if we can ask them to still stay with us for an additional year. I'm sure that some people will be happy to do so, but people have different circumstances. Some people might not want to stay for a year. They wanted to go back to their company or their organization after the games. This is a human rights issue in a sense, so we need to pay attention to the feelings of the staff members. So there are issues that we have to pay special attention to in order to maintain the organization. Since the beginning of this year, there has been a sense of uncertainty because of the pandemic. I think that a lot of staff members of Tokyo 2020 are feeling quite insecure. However, today, in any case, we have a decision, we have the basic framework. So I think that this will take care of the uncertainty to a certain degree. Also, President Bach and Prime Minister Abe both said that the Tokyo Games is going to be the beacon of hope that mankind has won the battle against the coronavirus. So I hope that this feeling will be shared by all of the staff members of Tokyo 2020, and they will stand up once again to work hard towards the Games. I am really hoping that we can get their understanding. But your question and the points that you mentioned is very important for an organization.
How many people have questions? Can you raise hands so that we know? Now, those people who raised hand will be the people who will ask questions. Now, from this side, he's asking for the second time. Sorry, Koke from Television Asahi. Sorry for the second time. Once again, I want to ask you. This is the postponement of 1 year or so, and this year, summer was the scheduled time. And the heat count measure was very important. And as a result of heat count measure, marathon was moved from Tokyo to Sapporo. But now the game is postponed. Then what is the treatment of marathon? The major framework is unchanged. We shouldn't change the major framework. That's my idea. Yes.
Hanada, it's the same question actually that I wanted to ask. So you are saying that you are not going to move the marathon from Sapporo to Tokyo. You are not going to consider the possibility of this. President, you mentioned that the basic framework will stay the same. So let's say that the games were held in a season which isn't summer. Even then, you wouldn't even consider moving from Sapporo to Tokyo.
As far as we're concerned, I don't think that will happen. The lady at the back. Ito from Nishi Nippon Shimbun. 2 questions. First question. Next year, you're going to have the games. But come next year, already major sport events are planned for next year, especially the World Swimming Championship is going to be held in Japan. So with FINA and Tokyo 2020, have you conducted any discussion between the two organizations? My second question, CEO Muto, you said that securing venues would be very difficult, but beyond what you have a plan now, including new cities and municipalities, would you try to find new places, new venues? Would this be possible?
So next summer, if there was athletics and swimming championship, I think we are all aware of that. This decision was just made today. We haven't had any discussions with the international federations yet. We might have to ask their cooperation. And if that is the case, we will enter into serious discussions with the international federations. However, nothing has been decided yet. Now, about the venues. What we're going to do if we can't use the existing venues next year. So for this one, the first thing that we need to do is to make the arrangements so that we can use those venues. That would be the basic plan. However, as you mentioned, we might not be able to do that. What we have to do then, we need to think about, because this is a very important problem. We will thoroughly consider all possibilities and resolve any issues.
Gentleman in the foreground. Yoshida from Nishi Nippon Shimbun. I have a question about torch relay. Torch bearers and the local people, stakeholders, about the cancellation of torch relay. Have you already communicated about that, or are you going to communicate going forward, and what will be the modality of your communication to the local people?
Yes, of course we are going to inform them. There are so many stakeholders when it comes to the torch relay. So I'm not quite sure if we will manage to communicate with all of them by the end of tonight. We will make sure to tell them directly and personally as soon as possible. We will tell them the reason behind our decision as well. The torch bearers, we have interviewed them. Now it's only 2 days before the grand start. Some people are saying that this is too late and are upset. How do you feel towards that? Because of the coronavirus pandemic, tens and thousands of people have died worldwide. This conference call between Prime Minister Abe and the President Park was arranged. It was an emergency discussion, if you like. Unfortunately, it happened right before the grand start. So we had to disappoint some people. Yes, I know that. I hope we can get their understanding, and we will try hard to get that understanding.
So, Nomura-san? Nomura from Asahi newspaper. I have a question to Mr. Mori. So 1 year postponement. It was suggested by Prime Minister Abe, which was agreed to. Within Tokyo 2020, by the end of this year or 2 years' time, I think there were some discussions to that effect. In this context, you decided, or they decided, to suggest 1 year postponement. 1 year postponement. What was the most important elements in determining a 1 year postponement? If President Mori, did you give advice to Prime Minister Abe? Did you play a role in deciding that? Prior to the conference call, Prime Minister Abe told me about his initial introductory remarks, and he asked what I thought about his initial remarks. I didn't say that you should amend this and that. I didn't correct his ideas. As you said, there were various ideas like postponement of 2 years and so forth, but they are all external opinions. Inside our organization, we never consulted about such possibilities. We decided to go. So first of all, we will have a period of 4 weeks or 1 month, and then we will present ideas, and then the both champions of those ideas will decide on the result. So external people, you have written so many conjectures, and you have written about the speculation in your media. For example, 2 years' time, 2022. Can I say 2022? Tokyo 2020 wouldn't be the nomenclature. Because 2021, you can say that it is only 1 year postponement from Tokyo 2020. So we are not thinking of changing our nomenclature of our event and our organization.
Yeah, Mustafa. There was stuff from TV, and I would like to ask either of you to answer my question. Heat countermeasures was a big issue for the Tokyo Games. So are you going to take this into consideration when you think about the new dates for the games? Are you going to make sure that it is not at the height of summer, or are you going to have the games at the height of summer? If so, please let me know why. Please tell me why.
Going forward, we are working on the schedule, and by the summer of next year, we are going to work on scheduling and so forth. So it may be put forward. It all depends upon the venues and conveniences, so we can't presuppose those things. Consequently, as a matter of consequence, if we can avoid the heat of midsummer, I will be more than happy, of course. Takahashi-san. Takahashi, I have a question to Mr. Muto about test events. Going forward, you had certain test events, but they are all going to be cancelled. About the test events which happened in the past, are you going to redo the test events which happened in the past? Now the torch relay. It is engraved Tokyo 2020. Are you going to make a new engravement? It's the same thing about the medals. It's the same question.
So test events which we haven't done yet, those will probably be cancelled. They'll be test events. We have to see whether it is necessary to do them again. So we will use the IF and also give our opinions. Nothing has been decided in that regard. President Park said that the Tokyo Games are going to be the 20 games. This is not going to change, so we don't think we have to remake them.
The same person in the same row? Sawada from TBS Radio. I have several questions. 1 year postponement. It means that about this time next year, coronavirus outbreak has come to an end. Is that the assumption? If that is the case, what is the rationale for that? And if the corona outbreak still continues next year, is it envisioned on your side? Are you are asking about coronavirus?